Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Jump in finds the mark. Nothing but air for the impact. Gets the jump in. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Player one can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Takes a perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Great work finding the opening. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Springs forward with the drive rush. Shows a medium kick. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Grabs them. That drive impact doesn't get through. Reads their mind and texts a throw. Drive rush to keep it going. Rhino horn hits. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Big throws. What'll happen here? Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Jump. Barely blocked burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. It's a good spot to use a super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Taking no prisoners. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Pokes with a kick. Smart play with the throw. Jumps in. Steals and whiffs. They're wide open. Oh, the throw connects. Player two is in a pretty good situation with drive rush. Connects with the throw. Turns out. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Player one is in burnout. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Oh, stun. Bad news is on the way. Turning it right up with a super. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player two is in a very good spot. Drives impact misses.
This is it.
Punish counter on reaction. Amazing. And whiffs. They're wide open. Throws them. How long can this event? Oh, bangs it on the fireball. Player two was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. The low. Had the radar up and running. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. All right. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. Down to the wire. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Sticks the combo. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. Grabs them. Taking stock. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Ends with a projectile. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That drive impact is blocked. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? The fighter hits him with a stopping block. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. A quick breather. Player 2, burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Jumps? Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Oh, could be the stop. Oh, burnout triggered. A super art. Elena connects with Song of the Grasp. We're gonna see her bend it like no one else can. Big super art here. It's on. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Immediate drive rush. Player 2, the drive impact doesn't work. Holy! Were they baiting them into that? Super art to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Oh, looking for the definitive end of this round with a level 3 super. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The combo's there. What are they thinking here? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Get right in there. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Knockdown. Had the radar up and running. Great work finding the opening. Brushes off the impact. Oh, burnout triggered. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is there. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
Round 2.
Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? From up above, throws them. What's next? They were right to be on guard there. Player 2 will look to a buckle. Hits them with a stopping block. Doesn't miss a beat. Breaks the block with a throw. They're going for the super art. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? Takes the opponent out of the air. They kept a close eye on the skies, and it paid off. Good reactions there. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What's the play here? Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Takes a trip. Sticks the jump in. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Got their eye on the air. Drive boosted Hadouken. Jumps up. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by experiencing burnout. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Shows the punch super art. Meteor volley scores some damage. In there. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. From up above, the quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Brushes that off and keeps going. Medium kick. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The drive impact is denied. Dashes up. Scrapping it out up close. Smart play with the... Ooh, what a smart throw. Buffs up. Excellent block. Life lead is there, but spends the meter, hoping for a good return. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Great match.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. The throw hits, now the fun begins.
Now observe.
Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Who's gonna make a move? Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? Who's going to break the silence first? Who's it gonna be? Super Meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? No good up high. Gets a good read on their opponent. Strings it all together. Oh! The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? That's how you do it. When you've got that super art gauge, you just gotta use it. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Big throws. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters are barely alive. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. A quick breather. Both of them paying. Oh! Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Opts to create space to start. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them?
That's what happens when you get caught slacking against Elena. Sending you all the way to the back.
Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. A quick breather.
Hits them with a stopping pop.
Player
The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
They're experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Jumps? Barely blocks the jump in. Jumps in. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. You've gotta be... Drops them from the air. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Torbalan. Anti-air in the clutch. Both fighters are playing with a full deck of drive. They need to show their hand and do something with it. So, what's next? Throwing some shade. They are not getting close to each other. A jump in? Into the drive. Turning it right up with a super. What's next? Oh my god, they just choked it up. Drops them from the air. Meets them air to air. This is a critical flatline zone.
That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. What are they thinking here? Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Who's gonna make a move? Jump in finds the mark. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Super meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? Oh, whiffs the drive impact. What are these fighters thinking now? Well-timed command throw there. The timer is down to half. Expect both fighters to crank it up a bit now that we're halfway through the round. Oh, whiffs the throw. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here, pounding them with the Lamchuka. Can they stand the heat? Both fighters are just about done. Big meter gap here that may be a cause for the critical large. A clean KO. Nice meter away. KO. Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps up. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 2 has a slight likelihood that they may sit him. Smart play with the throw. Knockdown and still slugging it out at this range. Can they claw their way back and give themselves a chance to KO? This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opts to create space to start. The last round. It's now or never. Torbalan jumps up, drops them from the air. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Impact squash. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Dangerous range and whip. They're wide open. What now? Not much movement, but they're thinking, oh my god, they just choked it up. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Lamchuka throws them in the minefield. Makes smart use of the game. Good super. A jump in? Connects with the throw. Amazing. Block that off. A real test of nerves here. Oh, it's enough. Player 1 straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Fight with all your heart!
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Definitely saw that counter coming. Nothing but air for the impact. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. This is a gigantic life lead. How are they going to deal with this? Player 2 chases them down. Down to the wire. Punish counter. This could lead, and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Life lead opens up. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. All right, what's coming up next? Back throw for the side switch. One shot is all both fighters need. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. The quarter to come from the brink like that? What a comeback. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. They were expecting that drive impact. Combo with the target combo. Hits them with a stopping block.
Elena making them look silly with these targets.
Big throws. Player 1 can't use any drop.
Sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor.
What'll happen here? Super Art on baits out the attack and gets the punish count. Player 2 in dire uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Using the super can open up solid anti-air. Player 2 is in a very good... This could lead to some big damage. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you gotta take it. Who's going to steal this win?
Sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor.
Which fighter will impact? Squashed. Player 1 is working. Hold up, they broke through the super armor. Must have seen it coming. Oh, here we go. Player 2 is in a very good spot.
More fuel to the fire. Cook them up.
Will this be enough to kill?
Now you know
It doesn't kill. They're still in this. This is a burnout. Did they mean to do that?
Elena's tricky feet scores her some good damage.
Hard defense!
Doesn't touch the throw. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Grabs them. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Next up. Good job blocking the jump-in. Down to the wire. Bops him with a target combo. We're near the end of the round. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? That drive impact doesn't get through. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. What's their game plan here if this critical hits them with a stop and pop?
Elena making them look silly with these targets.
Both fighters planning something? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without experiencing burnout. How will they utilize this? Player 1 will have to deal with looking to impress with this super.
Elena connects with Song of the Crowd. We're gonna see her bend it like no one else can.
Going in? Reads the jump in perfectly. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash?
No! Critical art now?
In there! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
In with the phalanx! Anti-air in the clutch!
Both of them were ready for a throw. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for... Ooh, what a smart throw! Player 2 can't let this simmer. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh man, this is a scary range. That's gonna leave him rattled. Amazing! Impact squash! Clutch, anti-air. Wall flat into the guard break. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. David connects with the throw. I can't believe it. Huge chance after that wall flat.
Taking the show to the skies with Meteor Ball.
Are you kidding me?
Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
versus special match.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Time for us to dance.
Missiles. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Good anti-air. The cross-up connects. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but did this super art connect? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. The jump in is denied. Both players with no drive in the tank. Their super art gauge is what goes for the super art. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. In a dire situation, Vic springs forward with the drive rush. All right, what's coming up next? Get some. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Zakuhado hits him with a stopping blow. Elena making him look silly with his target.
Took him to the corner in a flash. Nice parry. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. Just brushes that off and keeps going. Blocks it. Oh, burnout triggered.
Elena's putting those educated feet to good use.
Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean.
Let's end this on a high note.
There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me.
A new warrior has entered the ring!
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Beginning of...
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Starts with a jump in. Counter hit throw there. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out. Solid combo. Can't tech the throw. Down to the wire. Heats it up with a combo into super. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Oh! Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Impact's a no-go. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Brushes off the impact. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Taking stock. Player 2 can build off this lead. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Connects with medium kick. Oh, says no to the impact. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Solid anti-air to continue the corner. Ooh! Hits him with a stopping block. Quick burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. A quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Draw critical. What's gonna happen? The path to a win looks very tough. Gotta do better than that. Life lead is there, but still, and ooh, what a smart throw. Knockdown and blocks the low kick. Excellent block. Chases him down. Okay, here we reads the throw and escapes. Player 1 can't tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. The low. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? No! Chips them for the win! Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
Comes a new challenger.
Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Deftly shuts out the jumper. The drive impact nets them a sweet punishment. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Goes for the throw. Knockdown. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juiciness. Goes for the super art? Will that drive impact get punished? All right, what's coming up next? Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? He springs forward with a drive rush. KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Smart play with the throw. Player one was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round.
Elena making him look silly with his target.
A quick breather. Jump. Side switch in the corner. Looking for a chance. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Blocks hits him with a stop and block.
Elena's putting those educated feet.
KO! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Serenity Stream. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods pick? Ooh, does them dirty.
Reach it super hard to show off what a PhD and fighters can do for you.
What will they do next? Amazing! It finds the target. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Wall splash into the guard frame. Player excellent read. Burn out, but they may have a plan here.
More fuel to the fire. Hook 'em up. Don't you know about my girl Elena? Once she starts, there's no way to stop.
What now? Meets them air to air. Connects with the throw. Looking for a hold. Kazatsu. Player one can't. This can lead to some big damage. They gotta find something to work with here. The overhead cannot. Pumps the brakes on the impact. The next touch may decide this round. Are you kidding me? Player two has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Excellent block. The low. They exchange blows. Dashes up a smart play to stop the opponent there. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Impact's a no-go. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. There's space to make something happen here, and neither fighter looks willing to back down. Grabs them, knockdown. Holds out with the block, throws them to negate the block. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Sees it coming and blocks it out. They hit each other. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Takes the chance to hurt him. Doing some quick planning? Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Both fighters planning something? Player one has a slight life lead. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Brushes that off and keeps going. Experiencing burnout. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Which way you gonna block? They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Oh, the throw connects. Knockdown and smart play with the throw. Dangerous corrects them. Overhead, but it won't work. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Let's end this on a high note.
Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player one made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Still slugging it out here. Solid combo. The impact gets blocked. Player one has the life lead. Trips him up. They trade hits, and now neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Long, low attack hits. Low, heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. Will that drive impact get punished? Absorbs the attack and fires back. And a burnout!
Expect the tempo of the match to change.
Taking stock. Springs forward with a drive rush. Hopes with a medium kick. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Cross up, oh, burnout triggered. A quick breather. Both players all in there. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Creates an opening with the low kick. Throws them to negate the block. Player one chases him down. Both fighters planning something? But hits him with a stop and block.
Elena putting those educated feet to good use.
Looking to impress with this super. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Player two has the deck stacked against them. Crowns them from above. Are we gonna pay? Oh. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Comes a new challenger.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. That was a solid anti-air. Puts one in the pocket. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Sees them coming in, grabs them in the air. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Knockdown. Throws him down. The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player one is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Decides to buff up while they can. This is gonna be bad news. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Sai Hasho to start something? One combo can end this round right now. What's the next move? Gets carried to the corner. Uses the gauge for a super arc. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player two wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent brushes that off and keeps going. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Player one experiencing burnout.
Final horse.
It's a good spot to use the super.
That's what happens when you get caught slashing against Elena. Sending you all the way to the back.
Knockdown and player one in dire straits with burnout. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to fill up their super art gauges here. Player baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Going in, crowns him from above. Not much life left, but the KO. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps. to jump in, catches them. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? All right. Good anti-air. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Puts one in the pocket. Fakes some for the air throw. Did well to get the buff in there. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Hits them with a stop and pop. Burnout! Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? OD scratch wheel turning the tide. Solid throw tech. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Pokes with a medium kick. Breaks the block with a throw. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Gets a risky puck in. The Fuha's there to give them even better returns on their investment. Smart play with the throw. Shows a medium kick. Flushes that off and keeps going. Good instinct to spend resources. It's a good spot to use the super. Revival dance is making them sweat like water. Player 2, oh my god, they just choked it up. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Looking for a chance, drops them hard. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still cost drive impact misses. Amazing, and whip, they're wide open. The next touch may decide this round. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? The drive gauge is screaming for more attention. Getting up tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. They back down to that was the highest if I've ever seen one. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Hits the drive. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Connects with medium kick. Blocks the impact. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Were they baiting them into that? Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Ooh, what a smart throw! Nothing stops this train! What turns out? Connects with the throw! All stocked up! Where's the Fuha gonna come into play? Dangerous range here. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super arch. Both, no! Critical arch now? And they use their drive to stage a comeback. Super out of nowhere. The big range on this competitor is unreal. Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.